Hey, what's up guys? This is Barharbor Basher. I'm making this video to hopefully give you guys some ideas and maybe spark some interest in creating your own ideas. I have some Barharbor Basher mods that I'm going to show you. The first one, as you guys are probably well aware of, is the high clearance Barharbor Basher mod, which gives you almost 4 inches of ground clearance. Yeah, and you guys do notice I got the D-Hawk steering in now, so I'm really happy with that. What I've found with D-Hawk is everything that they make is really precision fit, a little too much. My steering was bound up about 3/4 way, full turn left or right, so I had to modify and sand that down. But that also goes along with my high clearance setup. It's not just straight cut, just sand out a couple things and flip your arms. There's a little bit more to it. I've been doing quite a bit of crawling lately. I have it set up with the D-Hawk 2-speed with 11-tooth pinion, and I got the locker in the rear. And guys, this thing is effing incredible. Like, I couldn't even imagine that it was able to defy some of the steep inclines it's done. I'm going to compile a bunch of videos for that. But anyways, let's get to what this video is all about, and that's the mods. So high clearance, #1 mod. I'm going to make a video breaking down each one of these also for you guys. But this is another thing I did. I just took a piece of rubber and screwed and bolted it in. It protects the bolts in behind it. That plastic's taking an awful beating, so hopefully this helps out. And plus there's just a little bit of airspace in there to give it that little extra impact. Secondly, bumper modifications. I've taken a bumper, and then I've taken a piece of air tubing that's reinforced with fiber inside, and then I went and I cut 4 slices through it, so it gave it some compression. And as you can see, whoops, it gives it a little extra, and it works great, guys. So I'm really anxious to try that out. Haven't tried that one out yet, just came up with it tonight. But anyways, getting back to the mods, along with the high clearance modification, went with the limiting straps to the outside, and it works great. It's within like 1.5 millimeters of these being fully extended, which is great. Nextly, look at that. That light bar looks pretty familiar, doesn't it, guys? That's because that's usually on the rear. I just simply unbolted it, flipped it around. Now I got my LED bar. And I'm going to make a real LED bar. I'm not going to buy a light kit. I'm going to make my own lights. And then I just turned and put the hood back on the same direction, and it gave it a pretty trick look out back. I like it. So, bumper modifications, the high clearance setup. Then under here, I threw in a lateral support bar for my shock tower, and it works great. It's a piece of aluminum, just polished it up, drilled a couple holes in it, fits great. Then I reinforced the shock tower with links. And yes, I know, Ford Freak, I definitely shouldn't have gone and mounted it to this cheap, flimsy plastic piece of crap bat wing. But you know what? Underneath here, I filled it full of JB Weld, so it's pretty solid, guy. I am going to make a lateral truss brace that's going to go crisscross from those points up to these points, and it will be a brace that's hexed, so it will prevent any twisting and stuff. So look forward to seeing that out pretty soon, guys. Now look, the inner fender. I've made an inner fender. Now you can see that my I just shut this down here pretty quick, so whoops, there you go. Anyways, this is connected to the cage, and this is my first run off. My next one, it's going to continue all the way past, and it's going to connect to these two. That way it blocks this off, or maybe even finish the rest of the body out back to this point. But anyways, the front inner fender. It's a pretty trick, guys. It does really well. It keeps water and muck out. And as you can see on this side, what the fit and finish looks like. Looks pretty sharp. And it keeps all the crud out of your fans, you know. In wintertime, that's what I'm really worried about. But anyways, up back, we have a Barharbor Basher tonneau cover. And I also made a bumper. This was just simply a knee pad from my Razor seat, so I just figured I'd put it to good use. And this was a divider that was in one of my toolboxes, and it fit the same contour as the tube framing. So I bolted that in, I sand and fit, so that's attached with these two screws and these two screws. And then this tonneau cover is attached to the rear tailgate, so you can actually flip this up, guys, and get at those bolts that are on the hinges that are a pain in the ass to get to. Then I took and relocated my fan, threw in this. This is the same exact kind of shock absorber I use up front. I just painted it, so that's what you guys are looking for, the reinforced hose. Yeah, so we got the back bumper, we got the tonneau cover, we got the modification. Oh, also I put this extra support. This is just a curtain rod, and I tapped it out, and I used the old location bolts for the flags. Could always throw them back in there. Might even do that. So that's the rear tonneau cover. And like I said, you can pick it up and remove it. Oh, I gotta show you guys something. Right now, it's got the rear inner fender, and it's got the tonneau cover. And that is one bright light. And nope, you guys don't see any light through there, do you? How nice is that? That's because I made a inner fender, rear fender. Oh, and you guys can see how this is removable. See? Bolted it right in. Works like a champ, guys. And here's the rear inner fender, and this works equally as well. Really quick, simple setup. And when the rear tonneau cover closes, it closes right up against the surface, so this actually binds right together. I was going to put a piece of foam. I had some sticky two-faced foam right here, or one-sided foam. Well, it's two-sided, yeah. Anyways, there's 6 down here, and I was going to put that in just as extra protection. Does not need it. Shuts great. Works great. Oh, also, that little mod. Take a bolt, put it in backwards, that way the round part's facing down, and you got a hook. That hook holds the body up, and it holds it really well. So that works also, guys. But what's behind the inner fender, Barharbor Basher? I'll show you. See? And this simply slides right in. This is also cut out for my 2-speed, so that's why that's a little larger for my servo. But it does a really great job. It fits super tight. I can slide it back in there with one hand probably. Look. Boop. Slid it right back in. And that's the kind of fit I'm talking about, guys. Like it fits super. And once, see, I also use these body mounts back here. So all you gotta do is put an Allen screw in that. I threaded some plastic and then put my larger button head screw down through it, and then bingo, it's on there. But what is underneath of it? It's the Barharbor Basher Reese hitch. It's all aluminum, and it's pretty awesome, guys. I don't know, I like pulling my daughter around outside in the snow, and it hasn't failed me yet. I really like it. The geometry works great. I still get my full articulation with no binding. So yeah, it's really nice. I actually made this one also, guys, and this is if this would be better if I was just gonna go and use this just for that. It actually mounts out to about this location. But this works great, and I can leave it on. Gives extra support to the truss housing, and also I'm putting one more dowel that goes from here down to the base. But also, it's really good to have anything that you're connecting to for pulling to be connected ahead of the rear tires. That's just how it goes. You get better inertia. But anyways, guys, I think that's it for Barharbor Basher Mods. I got some other ones that are coming up. I have some rock guards that are going to go across the top to protect any type of damage from flip overs. They're going to also continue and cover these tubings also. So look forward to that. And the Yeti XLX. Well, guys, hopefully you guys subscribe to my channel, and everyone on RRC, love to hear you guys' support, and take care. And also, if you guys don't want to go through the work of making these, I can make these for you and send them out to you. Just get a hold of me at Barharbor Basher, that's BARHARBOR BASHAH @ outlook.com. Thanks so much, guys. Later.